when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates Morning Show, your favorite show on Wednesday. I am doing this. We are live here in Port Moresby, Tobago, and it's a beautiful morning where you could come and just share the youthful vibe here on Tobago Updates. I want a big shout out to those who are viewing us on all varying platforms on YouTube, Facebook, and the channel 102 on Ampere. This morning I'm also joined with
Kaylee Lewis. Good morning, Dwayne. Good morning, Tobago. And of course, we must thank you all for joining us this Wednesday morning for Youth Wednesdays here on Tobago Updates. Dwayne, how has your week been so far?
Let's not talk about my week. However, let's talk about pan chants that have been happening in Tobago. Did you by chance get any invitation, or did you attend?
No, I did not attend Pan Champs, and I did not attend the Panorama Finals for the medium bands on Sunday either. How about you?
I didn't, but I've been hearing a positive commentary on it. It was good.
You heard positive commentary?
Sorry?
You heard positive commentary?
Yeah, I heard some.
Okay.
I didn't say all. I didn't hear everything. But at this juncture, I think I want to give condolences to the family of Mr. Ventnor Graves. He was at the Pan Champs, I think it was last night, and he fainted, and on his way to the hospital he passed away.
Yes.
He's known to be an avid Pan supporter, and he was even lobbying for them to go down to Panorama, I was told. So condolences to the family, and I'm certain that the Pan fraternity here in Tobago same sentiment that we are giving here today.
Most definitely.
Quite unfortunate. But we're gonna go back to the news in 90 seconds, not with Miss Nancy, but with Miss Lewis.
Dwayne, and here is your news in 90 seconds for Wednesday, 7th February 2024. Last night's THA Pan Champs at Bacalet Parade Grounds featured 3 categories: single pan, small conventional, and large conventional bands. Cats and Jammers secured victory in the large band category, while T&Tech New Eastside Dimension claimed first place in the small band conventional category, and Metro Stars took top spots in the single pan category, playing If a Rude, arranged by Kirsch Ramsey. Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation Tashia Boris met with Tobago Mass Band Leaders Association executive on Monday at the division's head office. The meeting addressed various concerns, reaching agreements on price structures, grants for bands, judging points in Scarborough, transportation for the Kiddies Carnival in Roxborough, and the Tobago Mass Band leaders managing their personnel. Band leaders' worries about the need for business bank accounts were clarified, aligning with public procurement legislation, and assistance was offered for those requiring help in opening those accounts. The upcoming National Carnival in Tobago will feature 20 junior bands, 8 senior bands, and 19 traditional mass bands from February 10th to 13th, 2024. Opposition leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar criticized Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's recent National Security Press Conference, highlighting the government's incompetence in implementing legislation due to issues within the Ministry of National Security and the National Security Council. Persad-Bissessar accused Rowley of avoiding a comprehensive approach to address the country's violent crime crisis and blamed him for shifting blame to various entities, including her, the UNC, the police, former police commissioner, citizens, parents, and the bureaucracy. Passad Bissessa questioned the government's support for the Commissioner of Police, Earla Harewood Christopher, claiming she has not met minimum performance standards. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Thank you, Kalia. Just a little bit, just a question to you, again in relation to the panorama. What do you think about the result? A particular band, particular person being.
That's you.
Comment. The
to be and God show the arrangers definitely job in doing that. You all so people matter which that Tobagonian musicians are doing excellent feel all.
So what our birthday very much and we have one second. What do we have first?
Happy 80th birthday to Miss Cynthia Wells, well known as Nurse Ellis, from her 3 children, 11 grandchildren, 15 great-grandchildren, her sisters, brother, and all other family members and friends. They're wishing you the very best on your day today. Don't you see she's looking so beautiful in her dress and her birthday pin? Very gorgeous.
Yes, certainly. And the next, I haven't seen this person in quite a while. Happy New Year, happy birthday to you. Coming from the Tobago Updates family and here from us at Youth Wednesdays. A special happy birthday from me to you. And finally,
last but not least, we have Stacey Ann Isles. Birthday greetings going out to you, Miss Isles, and we really hope that you enjoy the rest of your day today.
All right. I think it would be remiss of me if I don't give belated shout out to my good friend Akel Franklin. I know Tobago Updates did give him a shout out, but I too want to give him a shout out again. You know, Akel Franklin is a very good one. You know, if anybody who knows Mr. Franklin, you know, they know he could cook. He's a true countryman to his heart, just like me. So I think it would be remiss of me if I don't give a birthday shout out to him from this platform. Right. So Miss Lewis, do you want to give them the rundown this morning?
I think you should give them the rundown, Dwayne.
I don't have a problem with that. Right? Morning. Oh my God. We have discussion surrounding drug awareness program, and to have that discussion, we're going to be having Miss Charles and Mrs. Andrews out from the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, and Miss Lewis will be conducting that interview. We'll be having comments of that, and interest themed a trip to Book Reef. We're going to be discussing a book by author Lanna Alexander, and certainly no we have to
share the live.
If you want to feel alive, then switch to the winning side. You see how we move in style. Is a vibe on Be Mobile. Is a vibe. Is a vibe. Is a vibe on Be Mobile. Is a vibe. Is a vibe. Is a vibe with Be Mobile.
Come and see what plan you could get. See what plan you could get. Come and see what plan you could. See what plan you could. See what plan you could get. All of the plan the best. All of the plans the best. Come and see what plan you could. See what plan you could. Be Mobile. Top it up, top it up. Top it up, top it up. Top it up, top it up. Only we buying bundles.
Barry from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Tobago Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guaranteed, as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Hey, you come in. Long time I see you. This station complete. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yes. Total waste. Supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. Could see about that. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it's your mother or your sister. Who? That is busy. Jada could handle that cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before your Ramajé, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
Give it to me. Give it to me, honey.
Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Oh, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Girl, you know what you're doing. You face with the eye contact. Girl, what's the matter? Look back. 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 Look back how it parts. Look back. Look back at the stage. Look back. Look back to the stars. Look back.
Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Worry, never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. Never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. Tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Everyone is from Authentic, located right here Tobago Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays here on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. This morning, we're talking about drug prevention, and we're chatting with two representatives from the Division of Health. They are Miss Sherman Joy Charles and Miss Lynetta Moore Andrews. Good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us this morning.
No. About your function in the Division of Health in the Adap unit, is it? Did I get it correct?
Yes, that's correct. So the Alcohol and Drug Abuse Prevention Program is a unit, as you said, within the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection. And the unit is solely responsible for drug prevention education, which means we go out there and educate persons about the negative effects of substance use. And also we try to encourage them, for those persons who are using, to stop using substances, and for those persons who haven't started, to resist those substances. So as the behavioral services officers within the unit, our responsibility is really to plan programs and activities and do education sessions focused on substance misuse prevention.
You wanted to add anything else? Or?
Yeah, that's basically. Right, so the Adap unit, basically, we do a lot of drug prevention education in schools as well as called in the community.
Okay. And you all are behavioral science officers.
Behavioral services officers.
Services officers.
Yes.
Okay, right. Okay, talk to us a little bit about that.
Okay, so one of the as I would have stated, one of the main responsibilities of the unit is education. So as behavioral services officers, we are focused on education public, specifically looking at, as I was stated, the effects of substance use, not just on the individual, but on the family, on the community. And we also look at developing life skills, because what we realize is a lot of persons who are using substances don't have the necessary life skills needed to resist the substance use. So we're looking at developing those life skills that they need to learn to say no and to also resist those substances that they may be using. So that's the main responsibilities of the unit and also of us as behavioral services officers.
And before we get into what you all intend to do coming up for Drug Awareness Week,
yes,
let's talk about some of the things that your department would have done in the past.
Okay, so basically we would have done several programs. One of it is the Health Center Initiative. So that is basically each month with Pacific Health Center, we go out there and do a different substance misuse presentation, as well as the schools. Well, we actually do, well, as there are different smart that is the top for this. We have program that we would have done would have been our annual clean air fair, right, where we target the standard 5 students. It's more take home basically more like a sports day event, so it's really fun, and as well person get to learn about the effects of substance misuse, right? So those are some.
And I think we also have our symposium. So the Clean Air Fair is to commemorate World No Tobacco Day in May the 31st. And our symposium is to commemorate International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. And that is on June 26th. So we always use those two activities to observe those 2 days every single year. So those are just a few of the major activities that the units would be involved in.
And in terms of the high school project, the primary school project, what has the response been like? Because I think I remember doing project alerts while I was in secondary school. I didn't know that it still existed, that you all kept it going. What has the response been like from the young persons? Are you seeing results? Do you believe that it is effective? What do you think you all can work on in terms of those programs?
So the Project Alert initiative is actually not ongoing. So that's one of the things that we had in the pipeline, but we would have had to stop that initiative because of the COVID, because of the restrictions that came with COVID-19. So we have not been able to restart that program. What we have been able to do is target those students who would be at the Learning and Enrichment Center. And from the feedback we are getting from those students, one, we realize that a lot of the information that they are receiving in regards to substance use is misleading. So persons are more viewing substance misuse as something that is not really negative, it's more positive. So that's something that we've had to work out. But can we say that it's effective? We can't say at that point in time, because a lot of these outcomes are long-term outcomes. And unfortunately, it's something that we have to work up. We haven't been able to, track and do some kind of track and see what is happening with those students who we have dealt with. So that's something that the unit has to work on, for sure.
And also what we're trying to do, try to boost up our preschool initiative as well, right? So in the past, we'd have done a short training with some of the preschool teachers. So now we actually have the resources to equip them to go out there and, educate our boys and girls, because we know that the earlier we start is better, right?
And alcohol and drug abuse prevention. For some persons, they may be wondering, why are you all even going to the preschools to tell the children about alcohol and drug abuse prevention, primary schools, secondary schools? How important would you say it is? Would you say it's you all are doing it because it's easier to get the information in while they are younger? Do you think it's an issue plaguing secondary school students, primary school students? Why is it so important to get the information in from such an early age?
So we can say that it is an issue that is definitely at the secondary school level. And we have seen it, students started using as early as 10 years. And what we realize is that they don't have the necessary information. And preschool is where you sort of have that foundation, where they have to learn this information. And we're hoping that when we're able to target them, start at the preschool level. So we're not going to just start at the preschool level and then stop, and then you try again at secondary school. But what we need to do is start at the preschool level and continue on, so that they always be bombarded with the information and with the knowledge that is needed to make those positive life decisions. Because it's not just only about substance use sometimes, but it's just positive life decisions that they have to make. So that is why we see the importance of starting at the preschool level, because you want to make sure that that foundation is there for them going forward.
Okay. And before we get into the information about the program that you all have coming up, we just want to take a very short break, and viewers will be right back. And we have a lot more information from the Adap unit, from the Division of Health, Social Services,
Health, Wellness,
and the Social Protection. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to take a short break. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tata Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer McCall Group.
Carnival is here. But before you hit the streets, make your home the ultimate party zone. Standard says, make it stage ready, now for now. Get dazzling deals on TVs, furniture, appliances, everything to impress your guest. 10% cash back, easy financing, plus no down payment. Now's the time to shine. Visit Standards today. Let them make your home the star of Carnival.
Rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and
see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
And we are back. It's Youth Wednesdays here on the Tobago Updates Morning Show, and we're still chatting about drug abuse prevention. So drug awareness week rather, is coming up soon. Let's chat a little bit about that. What is Drug Awareness Week? What are you all doing to commemorate it?
Okay, so basically Drug Awareness Week is a week-long of activities planned, and this idea came out of our past manager, Billy Sterling Lewis, right? So the intention basically was to provide a wider platform to disseminate information on substance misuse, right? So this week, Drug Awareness Week will be held at the Calypso. This is our main activity. We also, okay, so I will start at first. Our main activity basically, right, at the Calypso Mall at Pigeon Point. We'll be having several booths. Some of the booths are the mental health units. So they will be having assessment in mental health assessment, sorry, right? We'll be also doing our screening as well in substance misuse. So persons who might have a problem, yes, we'll do referrals. Also, there is the food card assistant in emergency will be there, along with the REACH program. So there are several things being offered, and knowing us that, yes, of course, there will be drug prevention education, presentation, and so forth. So
yes,
promising to be quite well, we can't forget the tokens, the giveaways, the highlights.
Okay, so you've seen the information there. Let's talk a little bit about the dates, the time. We know that will be at the Colosseum.
Yes, right. So the timing basically from 11 to 4 p.m. So we're inviting everyone to come out. Those in the surrounding areas come out. Even if you're from Charlottesville, you can still take a drive down there, right? So we're inviting everyone to be a part.
Okay, and is this the only program you will be doing for Drug Awareness Week?
Well, it's one of the highlights. The others will be okay. So Monday, we would have released an article in the Newsday, as well as upload a video on Channel 5 and also our division webpage. Yesterday, we visited 2 primary schools, the Montgomery government, as long as with the Bonaccord government, right? And yesterday was really fun, I must say. The children enjoying themselves. We taught them a new song, Drug Education. Well, I can't sing it on this morning, and I feel like a great singer. But trust me, they really enjoyed themselves, and the message was delivered, right? They received the message, embrace it. So we know that definitely there will be a change, right? There's having that song that's going on and on in their minds. You know, so a person will have that reminder that drug abuse is something that they should stay away from. You know, don't abuse substances because there are negative consequences that follows.
And what do you hope to achieve from this caravan? What is the end goal?
What we hope to achieve is, so one of the reasons why we did a week is that most of this, as I would have mentioned before, our awareness days are one day. And we realized that it is not enough. One day is not enough to really give the public the necessary information they need about substance misuse and its effects. So what we hope is that the public will become more aware of the negative effects of substance use. And the reason why we would have put it around the carnival season, just before carnival, because we know carnival is one of those occasions where persons abuse and misuse a lot of substances. So what we want to do is really get the information out there so that persons can make a well-informed decision when it comes to their substance use.
And is there a specific target audience? I know that is this specifically for the adults because you all do primary school. preschool and secondary school. So is this for adults only, or can anyone come and be a part of the caravan?
Anyone can come and be a part of the caravan. It's open to the general public. So we're inviting persons. You can come with your children. You can come with your mom, your dad, your grandparents. We want everyone to get the necessary information. And we also have the health screening. So we have the nurses who will be coming and do health screenings, because we do realize that a lot of persons who are using substances also have issues with their blood sugar and their blood pressure as well. So we're going to have those nurses on site to do the necessary testing that may be needed. So we're encouraging the general public to come out. We have something for everyone.
Okay. And we spoke about things that you all did in the past. Is there anything else that you all have upcoming? Because we're only in February, so I can imagine you all have plans for the rest of the year.
Yes, we do. So what we have next upcoming, we have a secondary schools debate. That is something that we have targeted for secondary schools this year. We're hoping to target the others next year. And the debate is going to be surrounding substance misuse. So that is supposed to start this month, right? This month. And then we're hoping to have the finals in March. So that is one of the things, the most recent things we have upcoming. We also have the commemoration of our international days. And then we are hoping to have a life skills camp where we target children between the ages of 5 and 12. So it's going to be a 2-week camp, and we're looking specifically at improving their necessary life skills, not just to resist substance use, but to also make those positive life choices going forward.
And aside from the programs that you all are hosting, if someone wants to get in contact with the Adap units, how can they do that?
Okay, so yes, we can do walk-ins as well, but our numbers is 639-3395 extension 47075 or 47076, and that's our head office number. Right, so persons feel free to contact us, and we are located at number 5 Montessori Drive, Glenwood, Scarborough. And you could always refer persons as well.
Okay, wonderful. So if you could just see the flyer one more time so that we could share the information with the viewers. Okay, so Thursday, February 8th, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the Coliseum in Crown Point, Tobago, the Drug Awareness Caravan put on by the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection, the Adap unit. So, everybody just make sure you come out, support. It seems to be very interesting, a lot of information, a lot of prizes. Yes. Can't forget the prizes. Can't forget the prizes at all. Okay, so we want to thank you all so much for coming on and chatting with us this morning. I think I would be there, and I will bring Dwayne with me.
Please do.
And I know Natalia would want to come as well. So we'll all take a trip down there. Okay.
Oh, yes. Okay. Looking forward, and thank you for having us.
No problem at all. So we're going to take a short break. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live.
At JK Tech, we bring technology to your doorstep. From cutting-edge laptops to reliable printers, we've got it all. Nationwide delivery and a new website for easy online ordering. JK Tech is your one-stop shop for your electronics and computer needs. Carrying top brands such as Acer, Samsung, HP, and much more. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at JKTechTT or visit jktechtt.com. Quality tech is just a click away. JK Tech. Evaluate your shopping experience, your tech, your way. Call or WhatsApp 383-2651. Shop smart, shop JK Tech.
We move so mean with it, drinking with class. Down Perry, no gas, someone so evil is snake in a glass. bad mind you and your glass. I feel complete with it. I don't just talk. We love me drinks to me heart and we send shots to the head, hit the liver. We drink plenty liquor. We don't play with it. We drink, we don't play with it. Send shots to the head, hit the liver. We drink plenty liquor. We don't play with it. We drink, we don't play with it. In my grey suit with the grey goose, give them a straight groove with the same moves. We can have me lit but me stay cool. Mix the whiskey with the grapefruit then punch the punching with the same movement. Head to one fet and match up two fets. Them a say me drunk something confuse them. And them can't.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, honey.
Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal.
Oh, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Girl, you know what you're doing. You face with the eye contact. Girl, look back. 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 Look back how it arch. Look back. Look back how it's big. Look back. Look back to the stars. Look back. Girl, you look back.
You want to be bad, don't tell you behave. On the road you behind, the truck it go be great. If you want to feel alive, then switch to the winning side. You see how we move in style, is a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe with Be Mobile.
Come and see what plan you could get. See what plan you could get. Come and see what plan you could. See what plan you could. See what plan you could get. All of the plan the best. All of the plans the best. Come and see what plan you could. See what plan you could. Be mama. Top it up, 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 top it up. Only we buying bundles. Top it up, 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 top it up.
It's a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe with Be Mobile.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome, good morning, and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates Morning Show. You're viewing us here live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. For those who don't know, my name is Dwayne Nurse, and we're continuing a discussion this morning surrounding the Buku Reef, a trip to the Buku Reef that is. Not a physical trip, but one that is narrated in a book. And this morning, to foster that discussion, we have none other than Miss Lanna Alexander, certainly no stranger to us. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and thank you. Good morning to our listening and viewing audience.
Yes, you are no stranger to Tobago Updates. You've been here in many capacities, but just tell us about yourself and what do you do, and so on.
Okay, I'm Lanna Alexander, and most persons would know me from being a special educator and also with the Down Syndrome Family Network, working with students with different abilities.
Right.
I'm also a lecturer at the University of the Southern Caribbean. So I like education, learning, reading.
Right. So you're educated by profession.
Educated by profession,
Right.
yeah.
Right. And what inspired you to get into education?
I think we have gifts that God gave us.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was something from God because it was never something that I never thought I was going to be an educator or a teacher.
All right. All right. So we're here to discuss a book, but I think it is no mere coincidence that you're here when today is Read Aloud Day. And so just tell us about that for those who might not know about the World Read Aloud Day. Mm-hmm.
All right. So February the 7th is World Read Aloud Day, and World Read Aloud Day started in 2010.
Mm-hmm.
the main intent is to promote reading among, reading progress among children, and also to highlight literature, because, reading cuts across the curriculum. And most persons, you would hear parents saying, my child is unable to read.
Right.
But we learn to read from reading.
Right.
Right? So it's to encourage reading in schools, at home. And when you read aloud, you get to be able to pronounce words.
Right.
You learn new words, the vocabulary, the reading fluency, everything. So it helps with the reading progress.
Right. Do you agree that, nationally, there's a challenge with making reading attractive to young people?
I think there is, because we have the infusion of technology, and especially after COVID, most of the youths, most of the children, they're into their devices. And while we have the library and we try to promote these things, reading would have, in some instance, been on the back burner.
Right.
So World Read Aloud Day, allow teachers, parents, and other stakeholders to bring that back into the forefront, let students know and children that it's okay to take a book and read, because you get to go to places, you get to travel without even leaving your home.
Right. And I'm listening to you and I hear your passion and so on. But my major concern is, how do we make reading attractive to your young people today? Because they are bombarded by so many other externalities that kind of distract them, in other words, from reading. And what do you think accounts for that?
I think one of the things that would encourage reading would be to look at the areas that interest a child. So like everybody else, based on your interests, you would gravitate towards that. So when you have books, and the book that we're going to talk about, I look at experiential learning. So it's based on lived experience, things that happen. So you could be able to relate. You could actually put yourself into the character and become that person in the story and live that experience with them. So it's like a story within a story. And that, for me, I think, from dealing with students, that get them interested in reading. And when you are excited, because if you go to read and you're there, like if you're in a funeral, they're not excited.
Yes. And and I can appreciate that. What about in the home, where I believe reading should begin? Because I think one of the challenges that that is facing our society here, especially in Tobago, is that reading is not prioritized in the home. And I remember my mother telling me sometime that she used to read to us from in the womb, right? The Bible. She started with the Bible and then other books and so on. What credence do you give to that perspective at all?
All right. Let me just start with reading in the home.
You could share your experience.
Right.
So, I'm certain that you read to your children from in the womb.
So my first area is early childhood. So and one of my main areas at early childhood was my elective was reading.
Right.
And we did emergent literacy. So that's in the home, where if you want a child, because you're looking at language development and everything. So if you want a child to learn to speak, to do sentences and stuff, you would label up your environment. So you have a print-rich environment, even at home, and there's literature. So if it is that, we buy phones, we buy tablets, everybody's on the phone and the tablet, they're on the TV. But if you buy books, they would want to be in the book.
My parents, especially during the summer, right, used to ensure that we pick up a book when the day comes.
Right.
That was the must have in the home during the summer. You're watching TV, but they would curtail the being in front of the TV and ensure that reading takes precedence. And at one point in my life, I loved reading, and I don't think that, in the home it's happening as much. And I think it's one of the problems as to why our young people in our society do not like to read. And And unfortunately, I also believe that is why you see a lot of the social issues like crime and things happening because people not aware, and reading gives a lot of knowledge.
Yes.
Right. So your book, it's titled A Trip to the Book Reef. What inspired you to write a book?
So again, as I said,
Mm-hmm.
my first degree is in early childhood,
Right.
and we had a project. And when people look at me, they do not think that I have much affiliation with Tobago, but I grew up in Tobago. Yes, I
Right.
came here as a child, but
Tobago is your home.
Tobago is my home.
Yes.
I've been here for 40 plus years.
Yes. So
And
you're Tobagonian, yes.
I am a Tobagonian.
Yes.
And over the years, I would have seen the landscape of Tobago change. And being someone who is into history,
Right.
and having been, I work at the museum as well in my
Really?
yes. And having worked with Mr. Hernandez and Helen and Mr. Trim and the others, I was able to appreciate the rich history that we have in
Right.
Tobago. And I think as a child, and you would have seen the changes, our youths today, our children today, they are not cognizant with that change. You know, they are seeing what they are seeing
Yes.
now. But when we look at the rich history, the only way we could preserve that, or one of the ways, is to have it in books.
Yes.
So I started Tobago Treasure Trips, which is a series of books that actually highlights places of interest in Tobago.
And this book is the first sequel of this. The first incarnation of this the sequel that you're going to have.
Right. And my son Liam, the book is about him.
Mm-hmm.
He was at Little Jewels at the time, and they were going on a field trip. And I normally would accompany my children on their field trips. And up to today, Liam still talks about that trips, and it did a lot to him because he was a very introverted child. You know, he was very quiet, not much friends, but going on the trips, when I saw what it did to him, I documented that, and it took me 11 years to complete this book.
Yes. Wow.
Yes, 11 years with a lot of hurdles and stuff, but thanks be to God, I was able to do it. And over the years, because I did the research, I went back to the reef several times, did the research, because all the books are fully researched because they are factual books based on experiential learning with my students. Current students now and past students, we would have gone to several places in Tobago. I like doing field trips in Tobago.
And that's great. And field trips are still important because, unfortunately, in the curriculum, there's very little mention of Tobago's history. Yes, we know the basic. Tobago changed hands 33 times, etc., etc. But I don't even think that is even taught anymore. I don't even if it's taught, you don't hear from our young people that, you know, I know a little bit about my history. And what's significant about your book is that it is about experience in Tobago firsthand. It highlights the history of Tobago and some of the attractions that Tobago has. And my question then to you is, what next?
Well, to have the book launch, I already spoke with Miss Laptis at the library. She's in the heritage section. Well, I was put on to her because I'm at the library every week.
Right.
Because I love reading. I love just being around the books and learning new things. And I also I have some other books in the making,
Just get a little sneak peek, if you wish.
So the
Quickly.
entire series is the Tobago Treasure Trips, and the next book that should be completed a little later down this year would be A Trip to the Rainforest. Yes,
that's good.
So that as well have students and stuff like that would have been a part of the experience. We had the tour guide, so these persons are mentioned in the book.
Right. So just a little bit more about the book. I know the rainforest is, not the rainforest, the book Reef is not the only thing that was mentioned in the book. What else is mentioned here in the book?
Well, I have, so after we look at the corals, the fire corals, the different type of sea creatures and stuff, I have the Nylon Pool and also No Man's Land. There is Fast Facts and Did You Know? So children would be, filled with the knowledge and information as they read. The print is also large. And the book has been tailored for persons with different reading abilities or different abilities, because I'm into inclusion.
Right. So those who might be dyslexic and so on.
Yes, I would say, because the pictures, the
Yes.
entire book, each page, the whole thing is picture, very colorful. So persons who are at the picture reading stage, if you are at the fluency stage, if you are segmenting or blending, whichever area you are, you know, with reading, you will be able to enjoy the book
and
engage in it. And parents could read. I want to encourage parents to read to their children, because research would have stated that the average parent spend only 4 minutes with their child, one-on-one on a given day, because we are so busy. But it takes you just about 5 minutes to sit and read to your child. And when you read to them, if you are reading to a child, and you would know that from your parents reading to you, and you are reading and you're tired and you say, okay, let me skip a page, and you skip that page, they will tell you whatever part you skip, you know. So you now have to go back, because they are able now to sequence and to follow, and to predict, right? All the critical thinking skills that we need for, you know, the leaders of tomorrow. Because I always say, read today and lead tomorrow. So readers today would become leaders. Yes, leaders of tomorrow. Because when you read, you lead.
Yes, and certainly, and that's a great inspiration for myself.
Yeah.
You know, I would read it some more.
Yes.
But my final question to you is, if we have more time here, is that, do you see your book becoming a very significant part of Tobago's curriculum, a Tobago-based curriculum, and so on, and even nationally? Because again, I am not of the view that Tobago's history is spoken of adequately in any of the curriculum. You know, I think unfortunately, no offense to my counterparts in Trinidad, I think that the culture in Trinidad consumes the identity and the culture that Tobago has. What do you think? What are your thoughts?
I see my book going far places to the ends of the earth. Yes, I want it to be, because as I said, one of the things from growing up in Tobago, I would have noted that the rich history, and I like to use the word rich history.
Yes, and it is indeed rich.
It's fading, because so many other things are, you know, bombarding it and, you know, taking over. But the students would still need, children would still need to know about the bookery, because we are into tourism, right? And somebody may want to, most of my colleagues who are interested are persons from Trinidad. Right, because they don't know stuff about Tobago, you know. People would hear things, but it actually puts Tobago on the map when you see what we have to offer, because some persons don't know these things, you know.
You know, and I could definitely appreciate that. I want that your book even goes beyond, you know, some of the tourism sites on Tobago, perhaps a story about how we change hands, why we change hands, who came, why some of the names in Tobago are the way that they are, and how they are pronounced or should be pronounced. All of those things, I think, just it's evident to see how Tobago's history is really, really a rich one.
Yes.
And I appreciate this start, and I know you will get there. I know you'll get there.
By the grace of God, I would, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity, because you know, I have persons who are interested. They can contact me. I'm on Facebook, and they can contact me to get a copy of the book. And I know the books would also be in the library after I do the book launch and stuff. I also did a story, the first story for the year. I was invited to read it.
Nice.
And that basically was really nice. And I want to thank the Tobago Scarborough Library for allowing me to, you know, have that experience. And that was Miss George. Miss George would have organized that, and Miss Laptis as well. I'm really thankful for that opportunity.
And again, I'm very proud of the fact that you have a book that is Tobago-centric. And I think that, you know, it's important for our young people, even the older young people, you know, to know of our history, and, you know, to see it's been narrated in such a very interesting way, you know, so in a very captivating way. And, you know, perhaps I could see some plays coming from you. I don't know.
Yes. Maybe I could read a line before we close.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Yes,
go ahead.
You know. So today being Read Aloud Day, I want to take the opportunity to read one part in our page. A guile angel fishes hid among the colorful corals as nonchalant nurse sharks tried to seek them. An elegant eel glided around a big-brained coral as a school of rainbow parrotfishes followed a lone blue fish. Liam's eye mirrored his excitement as he spotted a hawksbill turtle and a manta ray. He had never seen so many beautiful sea creatures before.
Right, all right.
Right, and the book is very colorful. All the pages, we have color, the writing, and I especially selected the font because, you know, you want your A to look like a A.
Yes.
You want all your letters to look like the letters they're supposed to be. And students and parents and teachers who are reading, they would be able to follow,
yes,
you know,
certainly.
and share the experience.
Yes. Thank you very much, Miss Liana. Certainly, I know that your book will go places. I want to thank Miss Liana for joining us this morning, and thank you, all viewers or adding viewers, for joining us this morning. And this brings us to the end of this interview and Youth Wednesdays on Tobago Updates morning show. Thank you for joining us here live here in Port Moresby, Tobago. And remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. Have a great day.
Thank you.
It's your boy Harry from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Storby, Local Road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee as we are matching or beating any quotations.
As you
Proverbs 22:6 says, "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." This biblical quote sums it up nicely what the 4-H Club is all about. It's all about children building life skills by leading in hands-on projects, which help them grow in confidence, independence, resilience, and compassion. Over 300 Tobago students were inducted as 4-H members recently. The students beamed with pride as they get ready to put their 4-H's into action as they navigate through life.
We gather here today under the theme to make the best better, which encapsulates the essence of what this remarkable organization represents. To the soon-to-be inducted members, let me extend my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. Your hard work, dedication, and unwavering commitment have earned you a place among the ranks of the esteemed 4-H Club. Today, we celebrate your achievements and recognize the potential that lies within each of you to make a profound difference in our society.
It always warms my heart to look at the sea of white and green at our 4-H induction. You are becoming official 4-H members, and I encourage you, our future students, our present, you, our future, our hope, to continue to use the 4 H's, your head, your heart, your hands, and your health, as we strive to always make the best better.
The induction ceremony was held at the Shore Park complex.
That was a production of the Department of Information, Office of the Chief Secretary, Tobago House of Assembly.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Let's go. It's a brand new morning, rise up to a brand new dawning. As the passion start to rise, the energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear my neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power, we are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers, we are melanated ones. We special and there is no denying. Tobago is number one. I am you and you are me. Together we stronger. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago. Good morning, Tobago.
Welcome to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates, your source for current affairs in Tobago, Trinidad, and the region. With the perfect conversations to complement your morning routine, I am Candace Jackson, and let's get started with the news in 90 seconds. Captain Jammer Steel Orchestra secured another victory last night at the THA Pan Champs at Bacalet Parade Grounds. It featured 3 categories: single pan, small conventional, and large conventional bands. Captain Jammers won the large band category, playing their winning rendition of Rocket from the 2024 National Panorama Medium Band Finals. TNTech New Eastside Dimension claimed first place, playing Toko Band arranged by Kirsch Ramsey in the small band conventional category, and Metro Stars took the top spot in the single pan category, playing If a Rude, also arranged by Kirsch Ramsey. Up next, Secretary of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation, Tasha Burris, met with the Tobago Mass Band Leaders Association's executive on Monday at the division's head office. The meeting addressed various concerns, reaching agreements on price structure, grants for bands, judging points in Scarborough, transportation for the Kiddies Carnival in Roxborough, and Tobago Mass Band leaders arranging their personnel. Band leaders' worries about the need for a business account were clarified, aligning with public procurement legislation, and assistance was offered for those requiring help in opening these accounts. The upcoming National Carnival in Tobago will feature 20 junior bands, 8 senior bands, and 19 traditional mass bands from February 10th to the 13th, 2024. And finally, opposition leader Kama Pasabi-Sasa criticized Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley's recent National Security Press Conference, highlighting the government's incompetence in implementing legislation due to issues within the Ministry of National Security and the National Security Council. Pasabi-Sasa accused Rowley of avoiding a comprehensive approach to address the country's violent crime crisis and blamed him for shifting blame to various entities, including her, the UNC, police, former police commissioner, citizens, parents, and bureaucracy. Pasabi-Sasa questioned the government's support for Commissioner of Police Earlier Harewood Christopher, claiming that she has not met the minimum performance standards. And that was the news in 90 seconds. And viewers, well, starting us off this morning for our show, we're going to get into a conversation that is one of my favorite topics, and that's talking about our environment. It's talking about what's going on in Tobago and making sure we have a wonderful, beautiful, pristine Tobago for our future generations. Now, so joining me is, let me see, Mr. Howard Robin here, and he is a climate change specialist with the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and Urban Development, as we talk about coastal protection solutions, especially for Pigeon Point. So a special good morning and welcome to you, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, and thanks for having me as well. I'm doing fine.
All right, great. Now, you would have done, or you up and the team at the Division of Infrastructure and the Coastal Protection Unit would have been doing some research over the last couple of years into what's been happening at Pigeon Point. And as our viewers would know, over the last few years, every time that we've had any sort of spell with rough seas and so on, there is a bunch of the coastline that's damaged. There's a bunch of the shore, the businesses that are there on Pigeon Point, they are affected. I think it was just last year, it was pretty much flooded in the area and so on. So can you tell me a bit about the research that was done there and what are some of the results?
Okay, so the issues affecting Pigeon Point have been taking place over an extensive period of time. The Coastal Zone Management Unit under the Division of Infrastructure, Quarries and the Environment recognized that issue. The THA as well recognized the issue, especially for Pigeon Point, which is one of the most iconic tourism locations in Tobago. And given the fact that it was being affected so intensely by the changes in our systems associated with climate change and coastal erosion, the THA saw it necessary to do a comprehensive study of the area, and that was done through our consultant, Smith Warner International. The study entails a comprehensive environmental study, but it also includes making designs, engineering designs that will treat with the situation taking place at Pigeon Point.
Mm-hmm.
So far, there have been 3 reports that have been submitted. First, there was the incipient report that was done. Then you had the inception report. Then you had the problem identification report, which was done in 2022. And now we are at the stage where the preliminary design report has been presented. Post to that, we'll have the final design, the complete design report that will be done, which would therefore present the problem and also the solutions. What are the solutions for Pigeon Point? At this present time, some solutions have been presented, but before those can be finalized, it has to be reviewed by the executive, but it also needs to come to the public, especially the stakeholders in that particular area, so they can have their input in terms of what they want to see, what the recommendations are, how they think it might affect them, what alterations they might want to see done to it. And as well, it will also have to go through the process of getting a CC, because that type of modification anywhere around the coast will be considered coastal modifications under the EM Act, and therefore a CC will be required, and most likely EIA would come as a consequence of that as well.
All right, so I just want to get a little bit more into the research part of things and some of the things that you guys discovered. Now, how rapidly is the shoreline being eroded in Pigeon Point?
Okay, so the study did not just focus on Pigeon Point. It extended from No Man's Land all the way to Sandy Point. And that is because in coastal management, we understand that it's not just one location, but you have a a connection between the areas that around whatever point you investigated. And in Pigeon Point, you have the reef, you have the Bonaccord Lagoon, you have the wetlands as well. So it's a whole system that had to be investigated. In terms of the erosion taking place in Pigeon Point and along that coast, by nature, beaches and spits are dynamic. They move, the sand moves from one place to another. So in the assessments that were done over time, you recognize that different localities along that coast have been responding differently. For example, the central beach, that is where people normally go and bathe close to the jetty. That area basically has been labeled as being dynamically equilibrium. It is basically stable. The sand may move, but in a while it comes back.
Almost like a cycle.
Like a cycle. The beach on the further to the east, that is where you're seeing the most erosion taking place at this point.
And is it that some of the sand from there is moving towards no man's land? Because we're seeing changes. And recently I've been there, and you're seeing where the sandbar itself, if you look under the water, it seems to be stretching further across the Bonaccord Lagoon. Is that what's happening? Is that what you guys observed?
No Man's Land and Shepherd's Point. In No Man's Land area, you have some erosion in one place, but you also have some deposition along Shepherd's Point and in the lagoon area as well. So in Pigeon Point itself, some of the sand that has moved from the coastline, you're actually locating it a little further offshore, creating a shallow areas just in front of this bar that is located there. So there's a shallow area that's developing there because of some of the erosion. But some of the sand, where exactly it is right now, is still uncertain. What we have found out though for the general area is that it's sand starved, which means that there is not sufficient sand to really maintain the system as it should.
So what does that mean for the average man, or for the people that make their business on the beach and so on?
Okay, so as I said before, there are some areas that are relatively stable, but there are some areas that are eroding, and the system itself is sand starved. The reason that it's been sand starved is because there's less production of sand from the reef, and that area, and particularly in the southwest of Tobago, the sand that makes up the beach comes from the reef. The reef has been suffering some degradation over time. And because of the degradation that it's suffering, it means it cannot produce the amount of sand that is required for the maintenance of the entire system. Therefore, in any solution that is recommended for Pigeon Point, one of the critical things that has to be included is beach nourishment. Since the sand cannot be rebuilt or restocked on its own from the reef, it means that you have to find an alternative source to bring sand to the area. So there have been about 7 recommendations thus far from the report. Some have been submerged revetment, some have been sand dunes, but in all that, it has been included as well renourishment or inclusion of sand into the area to type of reinforce the system and provide that much needed sand. But one of the major things that the report highlighted is the need to pay focus to the reef. The reef provides the sand, but it also retards the action of waves. Based on the modeling that's been done, basically 70 to 80% of the energy that comes from the waves hitting the reefs is dissipated there. And therefore, if you focus on the reef and restoring and rehabilitating the health of the reef, it means that you have a more resilient reef that is able to perform its function optimally. Because it's degrading, what has happened is that the hard coral has been reduced, and you have more algae on the reef at present. This one doesn't provide as much sand, but secondly, it also does not provide the texture, the rugosity that is needed retard the energy of the waves.
And then at this point in time, we're dealing with rising sea temperatures, which is actually causing some incidents of coral bleaching on the reef at this very moment.
Okay. So that was captured in the report as well. The rising sea temperatures has caused coral bleaching over the past 3 years and in different years previously. And once that happens and the reef is damaged to a certain degree that it is not able to restore itself, what you get is the replacement with not hard coral but algae. And that is one of the things that is threatening the reef. On top of that, the reef is also being damaged based on the input from the land in terms of the water quality and so on that affects it. There is some positivity that has been highlighted in the report in respect to that, is that the water quality has improved over time since the...
Did that have to do with COVID at all?
Not particularly. The emphasis has been on the wastewater treatment system that has been done in the Southwest. And the recommendation in respect to that is that it be expanded so that it can capture more of the sewage in that area and therefore positively impact the reef.
Oh, that's certainly good news, because, I mean, what you said, there was quite a lot of bad news for our environment. I mean, and we just had World Wetlands Day on Friday and so on. And then, you know, we were exploring what's going on with our mangroves. And of course, the mangroves and the reefs work hand in hand with each other to protect our coastlines and so on. And we also need to take care of that. But what about the human activity that's happening on the reef or happening on the shoreline? What impact is our activity having on what are you seeing with the coastal erosion and the degradation of the reef and so on?
Well, I would start from the landward aspect. Over time, several interventions has been done, whether they have been groins, revetments, whatever. People have tried to protect their own property. And those individual actions have had a detrimental effect on all the locations along the coast where you have seen erosion. So that's one aspect of it. In terms of the reef and the overall management, in terms of the activities taking place there, one of the things that the research highlighted was the importance of that marine park bill that has been tabled but has not come into effect as yet. It was done in 2020, and the exponents of the study have highlighted that it's important for that to actually be made law and come into effect, so that overall management of the reef in terms of all the activities, the water quality, whatever is being done there will be done to the benefit of the reef, and that in turn can now be more resilient so that it can provide the services for the coastline that it normally does.
And viewers, just for some context, Mr. Robin, he's of course speaking about a bill that was actually passed in the House in 2020 and was sent down to Cabinet that would basically outline a marine park for Bucca Reef. It was supposed to start for Bucca Reef first and then take care of the Northeast and so on afterwards, but it would allow us to have some more regulations enforced in those areas. However, it's only at Cabinet at this point in time. There has been no movement on that since 2020. We hope that we can see movement on that. But in the meantime, now we have to look at what solutions we can do here in Tobago. And the study did point out some recommendations. What are some of those recommendations that you guys found that you think that might be most effective in trying to deal with the situation here?
So there were 7 major recommendations that were made, starting from Sandy Point coming towards Pigeon Point. In the Sandy Point area, close to the airport, it was recommended that the revetment that is there be reinforced and done properly. Subsequent to that, you have a set of groins that is just in front of the hotels, seawards. They did an evaluation of these groins in terms of their present status, and they recognize that they are not functioning as they should. They dated, so they need to be replaced and restructured so they can function efficiently. As you come now towards the entrance of Pigeon Point in the Swallows area, there's an area where you have some boulders along the road.
Yes.
But during periods of heavy waves or high waves, the waves actually come over into the road. Therefore, in that location, it is intended to redo the revetment, but also include a boardwalk on top of that revetment heading into the Pigeon Point area. So that will allow people now not to have to walk along the road, but they'll have a more reliable and easy access, and also make some allocations for some of the vendors who actually vend in that area. When you get into Pigeon Point by the Heritage Pavilion, the recommendation for there is a sand dune, a vegetated sand dune, but under the sand dune you have a buried revetment. So it functions in two ways. One, when you have intense wave periods, the buried revetment would actually take the bulk of the effect of the waves, but it wouldn't go forward. And in addition to that, the sand dune now the sand would simply spread along the beach and basically absorb and retard the impacts of the wave. So you're getting something that is aesthetically pleasing, but at the same time effective in protecting the pavilion that is close to the shoreline.
Now, I could talk about this whole day, but, we only got a couple more minutes left, and I just want you to spend that couple minutes in talking about us people, how we should now be considering the way we act and what activities that we do on the reef, in Pigeon Point, the wetlands, all of those areas that are so sensitive. So, what are some of the things that we need to keep in mind as people?
Okay, so from a general point of view, one is that whatever you do on the coastline, whatever you do in general, has to be informed by research. But from a personal point of view, in terms of what people can do, is that people need to recognize that anything that you do in respect to the environment has some type of impact. And therefore, when you go to the beach, manage the trash that you carry. You carry it, you bring it back, because once it's allowed to stay there, it enters whether it's the wetland or the reef, and it causes damage that will now limit how your wetlands and your coastline can actually function. So people have to take personal responsibility in managing their garbage, managing what they do when they go to these areas, to ensure that they minimize the impacts on them.
All right, so apparently we actually do have some more time. So I just got the message now from my producers that we have some more time. But I know one of the things that the study did cover was even the wave action, how rapid the waves are coming, how higher they are coming, and how frequently they are coming. What are some of the things that came out of that particular study?
Okay, so what was interesting about the study is that you would have thought that the prevailing winds and the waves that they produce would be the most important thing in the beach in Tobago. But in particular in Pigeon Point, what is the most important thing is the north swells. These are the waves or the swells that are generated not by the localized trade winds, but by winds coming all the way from North America coming down. And they basically cause the most damage and cause the most erosion in the Pigeon Point area. So that was one of the most interesting things that was observed. It would have been thought that the prevalent winds would have generated the waves that would cause the most action, and that is not the case.
And well, as we've seen just from observance, it is coming higher. How much higher?
Okay, so I can't remember the exact details of how much higher it's coming, but there were three things that were observed. The maximum wave height has increased over time. The average wave height has increased as well over time, and the energy produced by those waves have increased over time. So these three factors basically is saying that you have more intense waves and more energetic waves reaching your coastline. And since the reef is no longer capable of functioning as it used to in reducing the energy of the wave, some of the energy that would have dissipated before is now reaching your coastline, and that is one of the primary causes for the erosion that you see taking place.
So if I understand you correctly, the degradation that we're experiencing on the reef actually is affecting the waves that we are seeing.
Yeah. So climate change has allowed the wave heights and the intensity and the energy of the waves to increase. But this has also been affected by the inability of the reef to to do its job as it used to. Since it's not as functional as it used to, because I said the rigorosity of the reef has decreased, and you have an increase in the water levels, it means now that more energy can now reach the shoreline. So it doesn't just dissipate on the reef, but it's now coming closer to the shoreline, and that is provoking the greater erosion that we see.
And then how much of our coastline have we lost, let's say in the last 10 years? Did the study cover that as well?
The study did, through satellite imagery, look at the areas that have been lost. But as I said, it is not the same for the entire coastline. It's in particular locations. So you have seen some areas where you have significant erosion, some areas where you have deposition, and some areas that are stable. The areas that have been erosion has been just after Swallows. You had seen some erosion there, and then you had erosion on the most inward point of the spit. That is where you have seen significant erosion. I cannot exactly quantify by how much, but I know it has been significant, because in terms of the width of the beach that used to be there and some of the trees that have disappeared, you know that an extreme amount of erosion has taken place.
And you don't even need a scientist to tell you that. You can just look. I mean, if you've been around enough, you would see these changes that are happening. And what about the wetlands itself? You know, what in the studies that you did, what can you tell us about how that One Accord Lagoon is either affecting the reef, either affecting the shoreline, and so what's the relation there? Okay,
so wetlands, reefs, seagrass beds, they are a coordinated or integrated system. The wetland filters the water that eventually ends up on the reef and so forth. What we have noticed from the study, and IMA was included in part of that study, is that at the entrance of Pigeon Point, there's a section of the wetland at the back there with some water areas. What the study has shown is that over time, it no longer has a saline content. It is now basically almost a freshwater pond. And what that signifies is that there is no exchange between the wetland and the sea. And what was noticed is that there used to be an exit at the entrance of Pigeon Point, where you used to have that tidal exchange between the wetland and the sea. But that has been closed for years. And because of that, it has now restricted the ability of the wetland to flush. So it basically has only been getting fresh water. The vegetation inside there has started to change, and the dynamics in that wetland has started to change. Therefore, one of the recommendations that I forgot to mention was reopening of that area to allow that intertidal exchange and to build the resilience of the wetland, so that it can provide the functions that it normally does to enhance the reef as well as to create this flush and this nexus between all these systems that would allow the area to function at its optimal level.
And how is that related even to the coastline itself? So like having that closed off, what impact is that having on the immediate coastline around it? Okay, so the area being closed off means that you have no exchange between the two systems. The wetlands is an area that is usually a nursery for fish and so on. And what has been recognized in the study as well is that some of these important species have also decreased, like a parrotfish, etc. So if you do not have your wetlands, which can serve as the nurseries for fishes and so on, then the obvious impact is that on the reef, the species that are necessary to maintain it and so on, more than likely would decrease as well. So you cannot separate the wetland, the reef, the beach, and the seagrass beds. They function together as one. They complement each other, they feed off each other, they benefit each other. And anytime there is some deficiency in one, it causes a ripple effect on the others. And that is not something that you want in your natural environment. And then even as things are changing, I mean, we're seeing the projections. We heard from, COP28 and so on, what's been going on, and the fact that globally, we're seeing these temperatures rising at a faster rate and so on. How quickly do we need to act before, we really see some detrimental effects from these external global factors?
Well, for the past couple of years, it has been hacked about the 1.5 to stay alive.
Yeah.
And though there is not an exact date or a fixed date as to what will happen when, what is evident is that over time things are progressively getting worse. The study, although it recommends some short-term to medium-term plans, it also recognizes that sea level rise and climate change is something that is continually taking place. And therefore, one of the long-term plans have to be, how can you now plan to move or to relocate? So you have to have planned relocation as a long-term exit strategy as well. How do you build in those areas? You cannot keep setting up on these flat platforms. You have to now build on maybe stilts to allow the water to actually go up and come back. So all these things are interventions or modifications that we can make to how we do things to allow us to be able to live in an environment that is continually changing. But we have to get to the point where we understand that in addition to coping with what is taking place there, we have to think about planned relocation in the eventuality that we can no longer expend money and the amount of money that is required to try to maintain ourselves in a particular location, because coastal interventions are extremely, extremely expensive.
Yes, and certainly, and we're looking forward to see how, those recommendations get adopted and what decisions are made, and hopefully we can attract the funding necessary to make the interventions that we need to make sure that we can have Pigeon Point for the future.
Yeah, that is the hope. It might not be able to be done in one instance, but the processes and the plans can be staged over an extended period to allow that intervention to be taken.
Certainly. I want to thank you so much, Mr. Robin, for what is a very insightful conversation as to what's been happening at one of our most popular tourist points on the island. This is an incredibly important conversation to have, especially as we look at continuing to build our tourism products and, just develop what we have here in Tobago. So without certain products like that, then we would have problems with our tourism products. So we want to thank you so much for our conversation this morning, and we look forward to having more as we see how that study gets adopted, how the results, and I know you all are working on some more things as well in the pipeline. Yeah, so
okay, so thanks for having me, and once we have additional information when it comes to the public consultation, etc., we'll be involved.
Thank you so much. All right, viewers, well, we gotta go for a quick break, but we'll be right back, so don't go anywhere.
Rise up to a brand new dawning as the passion start to rise. The energy fill the skies. I say thanks a favor to wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong and the vibes is never.
Carnival is here. But before you hit the streets, make your home the ultimate party zone. Standard says, make it stage ready, now for now. Get dazzling deals on TVs, furniture, appliances, everything to impress your guest. 10% cash back, easy financing, plus no down payment. Now's the time to shine. Visit Standards today. Let them make your home the star of Carnival.
rotisserie, mouth-watering fries, salads, combos, and specials galore. Feeling for something to eat? Come and see. Our rotisserie is seasoned to the T. Kicking chicken, masala, and jerk roast. Crispy fries made from scratch. Who do you know can beat that? Or salads freshly cut and packed. When you taste it, you'll be wanting to come back. So come check us out on number 2 Robinson Street, Uptown Scarborough, Tobago. We open on Saturday nights from 7:30 to 11:30 p.m. Monday to Thursday, we're open from 10 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. And on Friday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Contact us at 772-7443 and all social media handles at The Rotisserie Factory.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice car get damaged bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. I tell them never ever worry. Don't mind if life make you sad. I tell them never ever worry. If your house get flooded out real bad, I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Yeah. Hey.
Tobago updates. Good morning, Tobago.
Give it to me, give it to me. Give it to me, honey.
Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Oh, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Girl, you know what you're doing. You waste with the eye contact. Girl, what's the problem? Look back. 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 Look back how it parts. Look back. Look back at the stage. Look back. Look back to the stars. Look back.
And welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, now we are switching gears in our conversations this morning towards cool down in Tobago. What's going to be happening after Carnival? And if you want to know what's going to be happening after Carnival, you have to get connected with what has become one of the biggest events for cool down here in Tobago, and that is Soca After Mass. To talk to us about that, we have been joined by the operations manager of Iconic Events, and that is Mr. Dexter Sandy. So a special good morning and welcome to you.
Good morning, Candace. Good morning to all your viewers.
All right, great. So Soca After Mass is back again this year. What do we have?
Yeah, Soca After Mass has become a household name after Carnival. We started in 2019, with one day Ash Wednesday cool down at Mount Irving. That was a blast.
Yes.
That then we had Mr. Killer, lift up something, anything. Right? It was a lot of vibes. And then we expanded. We went to 5 days at Mount Irving Beach Resort. We had Marshall Montano. We had every artist that was saying something that year, spread over the 5-day period. Right, and then COVID hit. Right, last year we had Sam. We dropped it to 3 days. Right, between Pigeon Point Beach and Shore Park. The Ultra was the pinnacle of our event, the climax. We had vibes. We had voice. We had lyrical. We had ding dong. We had a lot of artists. Right, it was an all inclusive. And so having offered all those things over the years, what we have done this year is just change it up a bit. And this year, Sam is having coolers and cocktails, right? So this year, we're down to 1 day. On the Saturday, 17th of February, you're going to be entertained by the Iconic team. We always give a premium event, an ultra event, right? So this year, we're saying to you, you know what? We're going to cater your food. It's a food-inclusive event. And you walk with your drinks in your cooler, right? In the event that you can't walk with a cooler, we have a bar that's there and it's going to offer a lot of drink specials. So we have some combinations that we're going to be advertising. For $450, you'll be able to get 2 bottles, chaser, bag of ice, cups, everything. You come in empty-handed just with your cash and you party in premium. Yeah,
Nice.
so the same experience with Iconic.
All right. And then what's the rationale behind going into one day
Yeah.
in 2024?
So we observed it from 2019 to now. A lot of the visitors came to the island. Yes, they came to relax. They fitted in a little bit of partying, but more so it was a lot of relaxation that is happening. So we decided to adjust the product because we can't be putting out all these resources. We're not seeing the returns. Yeah, so we adjusted it, and this year we decided, you know what, we're just going to focus on this Saturday. There are other events that are happening by other private promoters. I know they will fill the gap, but for this year we just focused on this Saturday. We're marketing as heavily as possible, encouraging everybody from Tobago to come out. Even though you may not have been able to party throughout the season, at SAM you're going to be able to see all the main artists that were saying something throughout the season. You're going to see them on that stage this year.
Are you going to give us any hints who we are going to see?
Well, definitely. You're going to be seeing the #1 road march contender right now. I can't say he has the title, right? But he's the #1 road march contender. You're going to see Michael Tasia live in action at SAM, right? You're also going to see the #2 contender. That's Lyrical, right? Right? Lyrical has the best self combination with Nyla Blackman, and that's really running neck and neck with DNA. So Lyrical definitely will be at SAM. And then third, for now, we have the man they call Pumper. Everybody's like, who is Pumper? But they know the song. If you name N with a A, Ben right over. That's the guy, right? He's going to be at SAM. So you're going to have a lot of entertainment. And that's just 3 we named for now, right?
And I'm catching a theme here. It's all about vibes.
It's always about vibes, especially with Iconic. You know, we transfer that into mass. And so we maintain that momentum in everything that we do. And even with the food, I must say that the food, the caterers that we do have lined up, I could refer to Jira Things, some of the brands that we know. Jira Things will be there. Kerry's Nice and Sweet Treats will be there. We have Glennon with the roast pork and the roast chicken rotating. He will be there at SAM. We have quite a number of caterers who will be facilitating premium culinary treats so that everybody can enjoy. Yeah.
And what else can we expect from Iconic Mass for this year?
For 2024, so 2024, our theme, which spans the entire year, is Enter the Amazon. So everything that we do is going to be catered or decorated in style or in the theme of the Amazon experience. So when you go to SAM next week, Saturday, from the entrance, you're going to see a nice grand entrance. I don't want to let out too many secrets, right? So when you come to the venue, you would see it for yourself. A lot of people asking about the venue. We're seeing on the ad, it's on a called 4 Roads, but we're in 4 Roads. You know, for the listeners out there, for the viewers out there, when you reach to the church, you make the right turn that heads to Gibson's Jetty, right? That's the Pentecostal church, right on the 4 Roads. You head down into that road and you just drive straight. Once you drive straight, our ushers will take you, because you will see our ushers. They will show you where to park and where the entrance is to the villa. There's a nice villa. It spans 4 acres. And we're just taking up a portion of that to create that whole Amazon experience. And there's where SAM will be taking place.
All right.
You know?
And now after SAM is over, it's not the end for Iconic Mass for 2024.
So the Amazon journey continues because we're now going to be rolling into preparation for October Carnival. Yeah, October Carnival for Iconic Mass. This will be our 3rd year in the Mass celebrations. And I know we already have the theme. We already have designs being done. A couple of them already submitted and approved. Right, we're just waiting on a couple of other designers to submit some stuff. And I'm pretty certain, very soon we'll be in a position to now launch. You know, Carnival is in the air. A lot of bands are right now in preparation mode for February. You know, I must say congratulations to all the bands that are going to be on the road for February.
Certainly.
Iconic Mass wouldn't be one of them, unfortunately, but we are preparing right now for October 2024.
And you know what we're noticing too with a lot of the events and the promoters and stuff that are happening with our space, you know, it's right now it's a lot of trial and error to try to figure out what works best to make sure that you all can bring in enough revenue to keep going.
And that's entertainment. As a promoter, as an event manager, we try our best to balance it. We have all gone through the heartache of throwing a grand event and then financially it's not grand. But people go away with an experience that they talk about for years, which is good. And it's all about building a brand, and you take that hit in the earlies. But eventually, as a promoter, you really need to sit down and look at the figures. If my participation is only 400 patrons and my door price is only X price, then I can only afford this level of entertainment or this level of product, right? Outside of that, now we would look for sponsorship, right? And corporate sponsorship, again, they would look at your brand and then they will align with you if it's in line with what they see as their brand reputation, you know? So it's something that is really a struggle at times, especially as a small promoter starting off. But I would just encourage others to continue to push, because we need to do events here in Tobago that will attract visitors to the island, as well as our Tobagonians to come out and party and participate and enjoy. Yeah.
You know, when you look at the event space that's right now, you know, what are we seeing happening for 2024? What is 2024 looking like in terms of events?
So 2024 seems pretty similar to 23. I'm seeing a lot of teasers coming out for events. GXL, they have Rumbum coming up, right? Dynasty, they have their event Paint the Summer coming up. We're seeing Bay Weekend, we see Great Fete Weekend. That is a signature event that remains on the calendar year over year, right? So we're seeing a series of events that will span from now right up until July, August, right? I mean, in between there, you know, we have the Motorsport Hill Climb event in August. We have a number of great race right after that. So there are a number of events that will be happening outside of the THA type events, which are like Heritage, Blue Food, those sort of things. And we just need to, as Tobagonians, come out and support. Let's come out, participate, find a way to contribute to it. It all lends to the fabric of Tobago and us being a destination to be marketed, you know. So SAM, Iconic, we try our best to enhance that. So we offer SAM for as a cool down, the ultimate cool down event. And then we have the Iconic Mass in October.
All right, certainly. And, you know, as we're getting ready to wrap, now let people know how, when, and where they can get to go to SAM Soca After Mass.
All right, so Soca After Mass, Coolers and Cocktails Edition. It's on next week, Saturday, the 17th of February, at the 4 Acres Villas down at 4 Rose Bonaccord. As I said, you just head down to Bonaccord, you make the right turn at the church, and you just drive straight. You can't turn left, you can't turn right, just drive straight, and our ushers will be there to greet you. Yeah, and we have some of the major artists on the calendar for Trans-Tobago Carnival, that being Pompa, Lyrical, Michael Tasia. They will all be on the SAM stage entertaining you. From arrival, you're going to have cocktails, free cocktails, right? It's a food-inclusive event, so you know it's going to be premium food being served. And you're hearing all of this, you're licking your lips, right? At this point in time, where do I get a ticket? You head to Barcode, you head to East Bay Fashion, you head to Pure Vanity Clothing, or you can head to Lost Restaurant and Lounge at the Lowlands Mall, and you can get your tickets there. The tickets right now are $400 for a female, $425 for a male. They're very reasonable for the product that is being offered. So I would say now is the time. Get out there, get your tickets before they're sold out, because we have a limited capacity at the venue. So get out there, get your tickets, and be prepared to be entertained and be hosted by Iconic Events.
Awesome. All right, viewers. So thank you so much, Mr. Sandy, for being on with us and for sharing what's going on with Iconic Mass and for getting us, getting our appetites ready for Soca After Mass.
All right. Thank you, Candace.
Certainly. All right, viewers, we're going to go for a quick break, but we'll be right back right after this.
Tobago updates.
then switch to the winning side. You see how we move in style. Is a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe with Be Mobile.
Come and see what plan you could get. See what plan you could get. Come and see what plan you could. See what plan you could. See what plan you could get. All of the plan the best. All of the plans the best. Come and see what plan you could. See what plan you could. Be Mobile. Top it up, 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 top it up. Only we buying bundles. Top it up, 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 top it up.
It's a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe on Be Mobile. It's a vibe, it's a vibe, it's a vibe with Be Mobile.
As you come in. Long time I see you. This station pumping. Ready for children party. Mommy! Jay, you can't go nowhere with these children. And you know you can't depend on Kevin neither Steven to see about them. Yes. Total waste. So I supposed to stay home whole time? Jada is 12. She could see about them. You just leave Jada to see about Kia and Kayla. I thought it's your mother or your sister. Who? Them always busy. Jada could handle that. She cooking and cleaning a long time. And the next two, better know what time it is. It's only me, you know. I will talk to my mother. She just home these days. She will make sure the children okay. Alright. Let me see the moves for later.
Before you ramage, make sure the children okay. Call 996 to report all child abuse now. A message from the Children's Authority of Trinidad and Tobago.
It's your boy Harry here from Authentic Builders General Hardware, located right here in Tobago, local road, Tobago. That's correct, right here in Tobago. And we are offering you guys the best prices on all hardware material. And if you would like to get your free quotation done, all you have to do is WhatsApp us at 272-1990 and we will give you guys the best prices on all hardware material. That is a guarantee as we are matching or beating any quotations.
Give it to me, give it to me, give it to me, honey. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal. Girl, you look normal.
Oh, you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Girl, you know what you're doing. Big you face with the eye contact. Girl, what's the matter? Look back. Look back. Look back. Look back. Look back. Look back, look back, look back. Look back how it parts, look back at the stage, look back to the stars, look back.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Everybody only worrying. Never ever worry. Don't mind how things looking hard. I tell them never ever worry. If your nice can't get damaged bad. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil is always right here for you. Never ever worry if sickness catch you off guard. I tell them never ever worry if times fall on you real hard. I tell them never ever worry. What I'm saying is true. So just consider Tatil will always be here for you.
Never worry about a thing. Tatil, where people are people. You know what I mean.
Hello everyone, it's your boy Harry here from Authentic Car Clinic, located right here in Tobago at Tobago Local Road. You can WhatsApp us or call us at 366-4173.
Your destiny. The best way to predict it is to create it. Do you see yourself exploring exotic destinations or spending quality time with family? However you see yourself, create your own retirement destiny with Tatil Life's Destiny Personal Savings Booster. Choose from one of 3 investment options with guaranteed minimum investment returns to secure a monthly retirement income for life, with the option to choose your retirement age. So what's your retirement destiny? Call 62-TATIL or visit tatil.co.tt to learn more today. Conditions apply. Tatil Life, a member of the Answer Makal Group.
No choice,
it wasn't me.
So step out of the shade, stop the charade and come clean. strongly rebuke.
It wasn't
Like you take me for dupe.
It wasn't me.
I don't need no grass to cover me. I don't use obscene, cause saltfish tells no lie. Make a wish and just close your eyes. Eyes a man of the word, a man of integrity. Tobago, no. It wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me, wasn't me. Can I tell you what I say? Well, you could admit to that we look up to you, boy. Supposed to stand firm now. I wanna fall. Listen. I say, my boy, you're way too bright to just give up without a fight. Remember, you is the boss. So go down swinging and move it lost. Cause if I was chief sec, I just rock back and shuffle the deck. So much cards to play in the pack. When you're looking to hang your jack, you don't get rid of the joker. So with a straight face like you playing poker. Do anything but admit. Just baffle them with full spit. But that was your voice.
It wasn't me.
Boy, you had no choice.
It wasn't me.
So step out of the shade, stop the charade and come clean.
And welcome back to Good Morning Tobago on Tobago Updates. Viewers, yes, you are viewing that wonderful winning performance at the Tobago Calypso Monarch, which was held in October last year, where Mr. Dylan Dilly Swade Thomas took the crown, which meant that he is automatically placed into the finals of the March Gras happening on Sunday. Sorry, I'm having my days mixed up here, but that's okay. But yes, so we are actually chatting with Mr. Thomas this morning. So a special good morning and welcome to you, Mr. Thomas. How are you doing right now? We're a few days away from the March Gras.
Very excited. Good morning. Thanks for having me. It's very tiring right now because sleepless nights, going through practice and getting ready for Sunday show. So, yeah, that is it really.
Now, this was a song that, really pleased the crowd and so on, really attracted a lot of people. It had an impact on a lot of people and so on. But since your performance there in October, what has been the projection like? What has been the reactions like? What has been the journey like? Getting from there over to the March Gras.
Okay, well, is more just preparation for the stage because this is the biggest stage I ever performed on in my Calypso career. So it's really just getting prepared and getting myself the enough energy and sleep to be ready for that stage.
And you're the lone Tobagonian.
Yeah, that is the only thing.
Now, are you at all apprehensive or nervous about the fact that, you'll be joining the greats? I mean, you have Michael Tasia on that stage, you have Marsha Montano on that stage, you had Gypsy on that stage, you have quite a lot of big names.
If there's anything, it just makes me more exciting that I get to perform on the same stage with all these big names. It's excitement. It's not fair to say fear. Fear is for the stage. The fact that I've never been on this kind of stage before, this kind of crowd facing this kind of energy. I don't know what the energy will be like. So my preparation is all about preparing myself for the energy on that night.
And tell me about your preparation process. You said that you're doing a lot of practicing and so on. What's it been like?
It's been hard getting everything together because I had to carry everything from Tobago to Trinidad. So getting everything together has been a little tedious when it comes to organizing and putting props in place and getting the actors and all these kind of things. And then the next thing is the upgrade of the song with the lyrics. I just sit down and learn all these new lyrics in order to get ready for Sunday. So yeah, that is it really.
So are we expecting some nice new little twists and so on? Some more punchlines?
There's some more humor, some more added humor, Yeah, something to just how the crowd enjoy the performance.
And when it comes to this opportunity that has been given to you, what do you think about this opportunity?
I think it's a great opportunity because, well, watching the March Gras for the past couple of years and really notice any Tobagonians in there. And being it is Trinidad and Tobago, it's nice to have, you know, the audience getting to see, well, Tobago audience getting to see a performer from Tobago doing their best on the national stage.
And this is the first time in a very long time that we've had a Tobago performer in the finals of Calypso Monarch.
Yeah, it's the first time in a very long time.
And what feelings that is awakening in you?
Well, it was very unexpected to be coming out first for the show, right? And then, well, the winning prize is to be on the March Gras stage. I didn't expect that. So on the night, I was terrified more than happy when I hear that I win the competition. But since then, is just getting myself in a relaxed state, you know, and controlling my emotions and all these different kind of things. Yeah, to have the right energy.
You know, and I'm sitting here speaking with you, and I'm noticing that you're just so quiet. You're very humble. You're a man of few words, but yet on stage, you explode on stage.
That is from the years being involved with the creative arts and the performing arts. I started when I was 8 playing mass with Miss Lisa in Mount St. George. And from since then is school competitions, Calypso competition, mass, always on the stage for something. And to me, I don't have to carry the same personality on stage that I have on the ground. So that is really why I'm so humble.
And then tell me about your piece. It Wasn't Me. What led you to choose this theme for your rendition and so on?
The excitement behind the topic, the way the topic blew up on the internet and on the news with the whole recording, it went, you know, so wide. The audience, I think the audience would have liked to hear more about it and, you know, how other people might have been feeling about the same situation. So yeah, that what made me choose to sing the song. Yeah.
And then, you know, what can you tell the audience, or could tell Trinidad and Tobago actually, about what they can expect from you on the stage on Sunday?
Well, that is really a jack in the box, a surprise. You know, we're working hard on making sure that it is exact and it is ready. You know, Marshall will be there and his presentation will be ready. So because of that, and well, Gypsy and all the other big names, we have to be ready same way. Can't lack. So.
And what position are you playing in?
On Thursday we'll be choosing numbers. So not yet any position, but any position, delivery is it.
All right. And, you know, as you know, we're getting ready to wrap and so on this morning, is there anything that you want to say to the people of Tobago about, you know, just you?
I want to say to the people of Tobago, to the youths, to get involved in the creative arts, get involved in what you feel and how you feel about different things, because you don't know how far what you like would carry you. Yeah.
All right. And well, viewers, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Dilly Swade, for being on with us and for just tell us a little bit about what we can expect on Sunday, sorry. And we are excited. We really are excited to see you perform. This is our first Tobago performer in a long, long time, right? Yeah. You know, he's filling the shoes of people like Shadow and Calypso Rose and some of our greats that has been there. Yeah. So, well, a lot of big shoes to fill.
Yeah. It's all about performance.
And he is so cool. He's cool as a cucumber.
Well, I've been to UE. I've studied performing arts at certificate level. So right now I'm a theatre practitioner. And I've been doing my degree in theatre arts, which I've been on hold for a little while. But after this here, I want to start back and get back in. And
all right, great. I mean, that means that we have a lot of big things to expect from you in the future.
Yeah, I wouldn't be holding back at all.
That's great. That's great to hear. And we're certainly excited. I mean, we were all excited when you won in October. And now that the March Gras is almost here. We are definitely excited to see you on that big stage and to show the country and the world, what Tobago has to offer in terms of Calypso.
Yeah, that is the mission.
All right, viewers, and as we leave you this morning, we're going to leave with just that winning performance from Mr. Dilly Suede, and this is what he performed at the Calypso Monarch in October, but he is going to be adding some nice new twists and a few little surprises on the stage for the March Ground on Sunday. So, just so that you are prepared and to get your appetites wet, as we go, here's his performance.
But for your info, that voice song more like Ansel T. Tobago. No. It wasn't me, no.
So Lord, I see everything. Play and take go. I know you see. I see you laugh. I know you see you laughing. I know you see. I wanna fall. See everything.
Hear me. Well, this tape that the engineer was simply because of fear that you will have the whole nation in the palm of your hand. But if I was Chavez, his story for sober real press, you'll be voting for me instead of the fella with the bald head. I have more voter appeal. I look ready to take the wheel. So the intent is sinister. They can't stop this next prime minister. They're calling your name.
It wasn't me.
Why you playing game?
It wasn't me.
Just step out of the shade, stop the charade and come clean. I am the main threat.
It wasn't me.
I am the main threat.
It wasn't me.
I am the main threat. It wasn't me at all. Cause Saltfish tells no lie. Make a wish, close your eye. They're trying to set me up. Stevie Wonder, where you gone? It wasn't me. The man with the video from PDP who spent half the time making blue movie.
It wasn't me.
Don't get me mixed up your thing at all.
It wasn't me.
You know the name Paul is so easy to call.
It wasn't me.
You know my people love me more than cook meat.
It wasn't me.
Just as a woman they'll tell you this whole fish sweet.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Show back.
It wasn't me.
Huh? What? Like that one soaking, boy?
We